Hello, it is Shiro back with another one of the ranking videos for this one. This week I did say it was going to be a mech that I absolutely hate, but a lot of people do love, and but I just can't stand it. So it's a mech that everybody should know in this universe. It's also a mech that is very powerful, and it's iconic. So, like the Timberwolf, but a little bit different. Introducing the AS7 Atlas. The Atlas to me is one of my... I just don't like it. It's not a mech that I absolutely love. It's a mech that just looks too humanoid for me. I have a thing that makes me not like the humanoid mechs as much. That's why I stick to like the Timberwolf, the Ravens, the Night Star. Mechs that don't have that humanoid appearance. Now, but I absolutely don't hate this mech in a way that it's just one of the mechs that I don't use. I can't stand looking at it. It is partially the face of BattleTech because you'll see its skull used everywhere. This mech is also is just an like I said, an iconic mech. The reason I hate it is the fact that it looks too much humanoid for me. It it hits that uncanny valley for me on this one. But within the series, this mech is a very distracting, if you see it on the battlefield, you tend to run away from it because you know what this thing is capable of. It's an old mech. It's made in 2027, 55. Kenensky was the help design this mech. This is his. For me, I call this the Kenensky's monster. He helped design the King Crab, but this was the mech that he said, basically, I want it as ugly and as powerful. Make it, basically. And that's what we got, was the Atlas. Now, the Atlas is a 100-ton battle mech. It uses a 300 XL engine, or not XL. It uses a standard 300 engine. So it has a shit ton of armor. If we go by its points, on it, you're looking at roughly center torso. We're looking at over 100, and the rest of the torsos you're looking at 10, over at least 80, except for arms. But when it comes down to it, this mech is an iconic mech. I'm trying to do this one set up a little differently. Kind of move around the screen so we can look at it. But overall, this mech is a terror on the battlefield. Anytime you see it, you know it, and you know what it's capable of. Now, I'm going to make this one kind of short and sweet. For offensive capabilities, because this is a 100-ton machine, even in its base form, which is the AS7D, which is right here. This is its base form, the 2755. It comes packed with 4 medium lasers, 1 AC-20, an LRM-20, and an SRM-6, which is a good range of weaponry. It will hit you with the LRM-20s at range, start weakening your armor, and then it will just blast through you. This mech is designed to be somewhat of a breakthrough mech. It actually has battle fists, so if it gets up into your face, you better hope you're not getting hit by a battle fist. So already off the bat, it's got great offensive capabilities. It also has the distracting perk, which makes it known on the battlefield and very scary on the battlefield. It also uses the command mech quirk. In this game, that means its sensor range is better, and it's got the improved communications, which means its sensors are even better. So but the distracting perk, in this game, a chance to completely avoid incoming fire and battle fist. Now, the AS7D is its normal configuration. It is the oldest configuration as well. This mech, overall, its original design is a monster on the battlefield with weaponry. Now, you look at the HS7DH. That is the Star League era version. So, because this is the Star League era version, it's got the best equipment on board. Let's start off with its offensive capabilities. It has 2 ER large lasers, 2 medium lasers, 1 SRM-6, 2 LRM-10s, and an LBX-10 cluster. It's got the same perks as the AS7D, but with one different one, and that is the Star League Relic perk in this game. I'm going off this game. Now, there are several other Atlases in this game, and like I said, I'm going to be coming off of MechWarrior 5, so my ranking comes from MechWarrior 5. So this mech shows that it's got very good offensive capabilities. In most of its forms, it has very good offensive capabilities. It can handle a lot of weaponry because of the 100-ton. Now, defensive capabilities. Meaning this little thing right here called armor. It is very well armed and armored. This thing has 609 armor in this game, and in structure it has 313, which is its internals for armor. Other than that, this mech has a version that can have ECM, but overall I'm talking base form as well as Star League Relic variation for this mech. It does not, but I will say again, the distracting perk comes in again for its defense, because of when you see this thing on the battlefield, you know what you're in for. And that plays a good crucial role in its defense. But overall, the mech for defensive capabilities is superb, just alone on its armor. Now, the one I'm looking at right now, the one I'm seeing right now on my screen that has the bar up, the information, It also has the feral fibrous armor, which means this mech has even more than capable to survive the fight. So it uses a standard engine instead of an XL engine, which means, yes, it is more durable. If it had an XL engine, I would take away from its durability on that. But it's not using an XL engine, but it's still packing a wallop in its firepower. So its defensive capabilities are superb. This mech is a monster in defense, and it can easily survive any battle. That goes along with the AS-7D. So overall, this mech in those two fields, superb. It's a mech that's designed to be as ugly and as powerful as it can be. Okay, now we're going to go into mobility. Mobility is where it kind of lacks, just because this mech, being 100 tons, it doesn't really have jump jets in any of its forms. There's like one or two, I believe, that do have jump jets, maybe a few more than that, but I'm going off of what I know here. There is some discrepancy between the information I normally use. So I think I'm just going to use what's on this game and not go into some of the other forms of... So I'm concentrating just on MechWarrior 5. So with it using a 300 standard engine, it goes up to 48 kilometers in this game. Now, like I said, and there is some discrepancy where I have seen it hit 54, and I've also seen that in the information. I believe in MechWarrior 4, it actually ran up the 54 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I haven't played that in forever. But overall, mobility is not its strong suit, but still, it can still move around the battlefield at a pretty good pace. Being 48 kilometers, it's still fast for an assault mech. You look at something like the Night Star, which is 95 tons, being able to run up to 64 with the same type of, and that's got a 380 XL. And you look at the Atlas, and it's only doing 48. It shows that the Atlas can actually still keep up in a fight. Now, like I said, there is some discrepancy with its speed, but I'm focusing on MechWarrior 5 mostly. So with mobility, I'm not going to give it a high ranking like I would normally, but its mobility is still there. It's still pretty quick for an assault mech of its size. There are assault mechs that are horrible, like the Annihilator, that go up to like 30, and that's it. But you look at let's say you look at the Direwolf. It's got a 300 engine. It's going 51, so not much. So in this game, that's not much difference between the two. So the Atlas does keep up with a lot of other assaults, but it just means that this mech is not very maneuverable vertically. But still, it is still very, very, very good at its speed. Now, let's get into its ranking. Now, remember, I hate this mech. I am not a big fan of this mech. I curse this mech. I know a lot of people are probably going to think that's controversial, but um, for its inner sphere ranking, I would have to give it an 8. Because for the purpose and just the two forms we've looked at here, this mech is a beast. It may be slow, but for an assault mech of its size, it's still a lumbering giant that can move on the battlefield. It's got a shit ton of firepower at its disposal in both its D form and its DH form, which is technically called the Atlas 2, but in this game it's just referred to as the Atlas. Because it's distracting, because it is just a monster, this mech deserves an 8. I can't give it a 10. I don't think any mech will get a 10 for me. But I will say this, if I was to put it on a tier list, it would be an S tier. Because of how this mech is. Now for its clan ranking, because it's used in the clans as well. Oh, this is a mech that is used in clans as well, and it can be built for clan specific purposes. It's actually a 7. This one does not lose out on its design features as a clan mech, as it could be a clan mech as well. You strip this thing down and give it clan equipment, oh my god, this thing would be, it's just as powerful as a direwolf, just as powerful as some of the other clan mechs out there. This mech can handle, and because it's got something that a lot of clan mechs don't have, is that up close and personal battle fist. This thing could annihilate. Like I said though, to me, this mech, I fucking hate this mech. And it's a mech that I just have a disdain for. Because I know what it's capable of, and I know what it's used for. So this mech is a beautiful, for me it's a hated design, but this is Kenensky's Monster. This is a mech worthy of Kenensky's Monster. He made this mech possible. Because this mech is made possible by Kenensky, and he wanted something like this, he had it designed the way he wanted it. And this mech, in the end, becomes one of the beasts in Battletech. It's an iconic mech. Something I would not pilot, but in the end, a lot of people love it, and because it's a Kenensky's Monster, it makes for an awesome machine. And Kenensky, was the father of a lot of good mech designs that came out. He was a Star League general that he knew what he was fighting for. He also gave birth to the clans, and this is why sometimes literally the clans are mad because he came up with something like this. This mech, like I said, to me, I hate the damn thing. But I give this mech its respect for what it's capable of. So, I'm going to have to end it with Kenensky, never let us down. But let's get on with the next battle mech in this series after that. I don't know what mech's going to be next. I'm going to look at... I think I might do the Mad Dog next. Or another mech. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to end it with the Atlas. But, like I said, maybe the... You know what? I think I might know which one, and I'm not going to say which one it is. I already may have said that it may be the Mad Dog, but it's... no, that's not going to be the next mech. It's going to be another... Since I've done 2 Inner Sphere, I have to do a clan mech, and I feel that I'm going to have to pick the right one. So, next week will be a bit of a surprise. But this week, I kind of wanted to make it short and sweet because of this mech. All hail the Atlas, as they say. This mech, like I said, I don't personally like it, but this mech is another beloved mech of... So... don't hate me too much for it, because I don't really want to be hated because of it. I'm just not a personal fan of it. So, thanks for being here. I will see you next week. I just don't know which mech it will be, but more than likely it will be a clan mech. On top of that, I'm going to add this a little bit. I don't know how many people, most people have probably already heard it. Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries is actually getting a new DLC. That is going to be with the clan invasion. It's going to make the timeline go up a little further. In the base game, what I play, it adds a campaign, and it adds battles right near the clan borders. So a lot of the mods will be broken if I'm not careful, so I might have to, I don't know. But that is big news for the mercenary side, and I'm just adding this to this video because I didn't want to make a full video about it, but that is what's coming out. I got this. I did this in multiple days. This video in multiple days because I had the idea of what I wanted to do for the Atlas. So thanks again for being here. And I look forward to doing more mechs. And I'm trying to improve these. And I hope to one day start putting edited stuff in it a little bit more, like screens that separate the offense, defense, and mobility. So I'm hoping to get that done here shortly. But thank you again for being here. These are our video. These are you can listen to these videos. These aren't real videos that are going to be. So, thanks again, and I will see y'all next time. Shiru signing off.